This cooking and nutrition portion brought to you by Save On Foods.
Chef and holistic nutritionist Andrea Potter from Rooted Nutrition is with me here today to share another amazing recipe. Andrea, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
What's today's recipe?
So today I'm doing a little bit of a different thing with quinoa.
Okay.
We're doing a seasonal kind of fall-winter dish.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the idea of having pumpkin seeds with squash.
Okay.
Because pumpkin's in the squash family. And we're always talking about whole foods, we're actually like uniting the food.
Right. And even quinoa, if I'm not wrong, is a whole grain, right?
Quinoa's a whole grain, exactly.
Right.
So we're using as many whole foods as we can.
Okay.
And another one of them is cranberries.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to show you how to prepare this. There are so many ways to prepare squash, but this is one that I really love. And just take a peeler and get the outermost skin off. I'm only going to be using the neck of this.
Right.
This is the bell on the bottom, and then this is the neck. And I'll use the bell for another thing, roast it whole or what have you.
Okay.
So then I'm just going to cut off the top
Okay.
piece. Cut as much as I peeled. I'll clean it up in a second. So this first part keeps in your fridge really well.
Okay.
Just cover the top part with a bit of plastic wrap.
Right.
And then it goes in the crisper, and this will keep for a couple of weeks.
So don't peel the portion you're not going to use.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
It just helps protect it. If you do want to use this right away, you could just cut it in half, take out the seeds, and then roast it in the oven as well.
All right. Okay.
And then you'll have a nice puree kind of one. Mm-hmm. So we've got two parts. So at this point, you just treat it like any other veggie. I'm just going to get some nice diced pieces from this.
Right.
I've got a pot of quinoa cooking in the back.
Right. And this is going to be mixed in that?
And this will be mixed in. And it takes about the same amount of time to cook the quinoa as to roast the squash.
Right. Okay.
So, quick dinner idea, put your quinoa on, cut your squash, half an hour later, you'll be ready to go.
It's not only quick, it's also very healthy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put some oil on it.
Okay.
Just a little bit of salt for roasting it.
And that's olive oil?
This is olive oil. You could use sunflower oil as well.
Okay.
Just to cover.
Sea salt?
A little bit of sea salt. I just use my hands to get it all over.
Yeah.
So I'll pop this in the oven for about half an hour.
Half an hour at what temperature?
350.
350.
Yeah.
Okay. So Andrea, the squash is roasted, the quinoa is ready. What's next?
Okay, so quinoa, I just put 2 parts water to 1 part quinoa. Make sure
Okay.
you rinse the quinoa first.
Okay.
So basic.
So the quinoa goes in here. What's next?
Yeah. Did you want to add the seeds?
Sure.
These are pumpkin seeds. I just roasted them at 350 for about 10 minutes.
Is there a particular technique to that?
That has a lot of flair. I just put the whole thing in. Okay, I'm going to put all of the cranberry in.
Okay.
I think we can mix the parsley right in here.
All of it?
Sometimes, yeah, it's nice to have a bright green top. And then I'm going to add all the squash. So this is like half vegetable, half grain.
Right. And also the thing with quinoa is I've noticed it's very filling. Mm-hmm. It's more filling as compared to rice, for example, right?
Yeah, for sure, because it's got so much protein.
Right.
And then rather than making a dressing separately, I usually just grab a little bit of lemon juice and then a few glugs of olive oil.
All right. And did we put salt?
Sure, do you want
in
a salt?
here? Okay.
Yeah. That looks
Okay.
great. So I'm just going to toss this all together.
Okay. Just what I expected. It is amazing.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for being on the show, Andrea, and for this amazing recipe.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You can find out more about this in today's Vancouver Sun or log on to vancouversun.com/empoweredhealth. Thanks, Andrea.
Cheers.